Hello. Damn it. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. So, have you ever heard of this website called Based Mods? I found it. And we're going to take a look. I've looked ahead. There's nothing to terms of service. I think. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind. Apparently, this is the rival to Nexus mods. You can really tell the quality is right up there. Fuck my life. White Will is very... Alright, well, we have a look at that. Because I didn't really... Obviously, I haven't played Baldur... This is Baldur's Gate 3, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played... the games, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but I'm assuming they've turned a black character white. We will find that that is a recurring theme here on basedmods.eth.limo/browse. Rival to Nexus, you know, the largest the largest modding site on the internet, or one of them anyway. But we'll focus in. We'll focus in here. We're playing Fallout New Vegas, so let's have a look, shall we? What do we... Okay, they've only got one. Now, what did I say yesterday when this was brought up? What did I fucking say yesterday? Oh, if they make Starfield mods, or something like that, what are they going to do on this website? They're gonna give them all, like, SS uniforms or something. That's probably what this website's like. Was I being harsh? Was I being judgmental? Was I, like... judging them before I got to know them? No, I wasn't at all. It's exactly what you fucking expected. Moving on, Fallout 4. The Donald Trump companion, of course, because they are the most pathetic human beings on the planet. Hello, I'm Donald Trump. I need somebody that literally will knock the hell out of crooked Hillary Clinton. Implying that Hillary Clinton exists in the Fallout universe, I guess. I mean, maybe? When was she born? The New Order, let's take a guess what that is. Oh, look, it's Nazis again. Flags of the Third Reich. Well, we know what that is. I won't even bother looking, will I? The one that's really interesting, though. Grounded Commonwealth. Overhauls hundreds of NPCs and alters thousands of records so that the experience now aligns more with what you would expect from a caricatured America that never moved on from its 1950s atomic age culture. I wonder what they mean by that. Overhauling NPCs to better represent the 1950s. What exactly could they be meaning by this? What could they be meaning by this? Oh, that's right, no black people. It's exactly what you expect. This is worse than the Jason Unruh mod. Yeah, it is. They've sullied the nicest man in Baldur's Gate 3. Donald Trump's personal quest breaking him out of jail. Yeah, any other ones we want to do? Some of them are just pathetic. Like the Elden Ring one, they've got 2 different mods to replace one word. Instead of choose your character's body type, or 2 words, I guess, it's now choose your character's sex, because sex and gender are the same thing. Meh. One more. I'm not even looking at Spider-Man Miles Morales. One more. Starfield. So the one we actually were here for, right? This mod seems very grounded. I hope you're being sarcastic. Starfield. Do we even look? Do we even look? I mean, what am I supposed to say? What am I meant to say? That's racist? They know. They know it's racist. They're just they're just racist. It's not just that. It's so sad. How fragile can you be that you can't even stand to see black people in a video game? Keeps whites and Asians, plus some tan Oh, I'm glad. Some tanned Asians. We're open-minded here on the far right. We'll allow some. And of course, no pronouns. The ultimate one that we knew was here. We were coming here for this one. Anyway, now that we've had that little trip down the shit pipe, let's get back to video games, shall we? How are we all doing? Chuds love the idea of being able to choose sex. We don't want to play as a woman. We don't even want to be forced to play as a woman in this new Star Wars game. All we want is the option. Also these same people. Let's remove everybody's option. No option to play as a black person. No option to play as a trans person. No option to play as a woman. No option. So pathetic. Anyway, now that that's over with, we'll just move right back into how are we all doing? We're back with Fallout 3 once again. For a slight change of pace from Tomb Raider. Just want to get back into this for a bit. Not any massive plans for tonight. I think we're just going to do some side quests. Something that we've already kind of got lined up here. Starting off with, I'm going to go check out this robot factory. The Robco facility. Laser rifle? I'm not sure. And then from there, we'll just see what happens. Can't access that site from California. They love choosing sex because they sure as shit aren't getting it anywhere else. It's true. Did you guys see the big news this week? That one of the biggest red flags for women looking for sex partners is if they listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. I just find that funny. I don't even hate Joe Rogan, personally. I just find it very funny that if, like, people who base their entire personality around that kind of chuddiness are apparently a massive turnoff to a significant number of people. Yeah, so if you were here for last week, we got a lot more equipment. We're now using power armor. Oh god, they've learned how to climb. We're doomed. Gibbs. Helmet. Shish kebab. Laser rifle. Alien blaster. We don't want that. Plasma rifle. Flamer. Oh, hold up. Gauze rifle. Flare. You got to work your way up the power meter. Hmm? There we go. It's better. Yum. Yum. Nice one, Sam. Oh, here I am, wanting to have a well-written character. Yeah. Like... How incredibly unreasonable of you. Why you gotta be so woke, Brockman? Wanting well-written characters in your video games. I just realized this power armor footstep is going to get very annoying. I'm going to turn it right down. These iron sights are fantastic, Jack. They're not that bad. Uh-oh. Backpedal, 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 backpedal. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, thank God. The raiders still do have normal armor sometimes. Just always seeing them in metal armor is getting a little annoying. Thank you, Sam. Couldn't figure out how to word that joke. There you go. I understand that red flag. He has changed. What was Joe Rogan even up to recently? I haven't heard of him in ages. To be honest, I have no idea. Could these raiders just, like, cut it out for 5 seconds? That'd be really cool. I bet raiders listen to Joe Rogan. Become dust. Yeah, I mean, I've always said my problem with Joe Rogan is just that, while I'm not entirely sure he personally, in his core, has any particularly bad politics. I'm sure he's not, like, super progressive or anything. I think he's just fairly normal, like, chud every guy, goat to gym, goat to pub, grill, simple as. You know what I mean? He just listens to the last person who spoke to him, basically. He takes on the opinions of whoever spoke to him last. So you'll have one person on one day who's like, sex and gender are two different things, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And you'll have somebody on the next day who's like, trans people are degenerates who are destroying the Western world, and you'll be like, haha, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't overly listen to him, so.
Haven't shot at me yet. That's different.
I'm just saying that's the impression. I don't know that much about him. See, this is why I have some trouble keeping up a chat sometimes, because I can only see the last, like, 10 messages. That's assuming they're short. Only some Spotify drama. Bet there's a mod that adds Joe Rogan podcasts as a radio station on based mods. To be honest, I think the problem with based mods being a rival to Nexus is that there's nothing on there. There was one mod for New Vegas, and it was a lazy texture change for some flags. Like, I could do that. I have done that. I've made swastikas everywhere. No. It's just pathetic. Pathetic. I know it hurts to have to select and not just play, but sometimes you don't need to know how the character looks or sounds like in a first-person games. I mean, it depends on the game, doesn't it? If you're playing a role, quite often you want to like make the character so you know the role you're playing. If you're having a role being given to you, it's a different story. A talking super mutant? What next? A dog on a bicycle? Good one.
You joke with me. I understand. A dog on a bicycle would be laughable. Ridiculous. Just like me.
No.
I don't know. I've always...
Kind of feel bad laughing at him now.
Maybe it was my name before I became... this. Maybe I read it in a book a long time ago.
The worst thing is, Joe Rogan is allegedly isn't even a righty. He just lets too many chuds on. Yeah, I get that. That's kind of what I was saying. Wasn't Joe Rogan just the guy who agrees with whatever his opposite is going on about? I never listened to his political stuff, just the scientific shit with Randall Carlson and shit. Yeah, that's basically, again, what I say. He just agrees with whatever he heard last. We all know Scott modded the Disunion Jack flag into Fallout 4 for his Scottish Independence RP. Haha. No. No, I make my own flags, thank you very much. But we're not talking about flags this stream. Before I became this, what do you mean?
Maybe you don't know where we come from. Super mutants, I mean.
Actually, all super mutants talk. They just are not very friendly.
Yeah. We are created in the cold, dark, metal place where my brothers bring their captives, endlessly trying to make more of us. It was something I could not do. I tried to get them to stop, but they wouldn't listen. They would have killed me if I had not run away.
And it's what's his face again, the voice actor.
I'm glad you stopped by.
Whose name I forgot, even though I was just talking about him like 4 days ago. We're not going into the radar outpost. Thank you very much, Wes Johnson. There we are. Oh, and I did download the mod that I was talking about yesterday. Just a very, very small thing that only probably bothers me, but when you're wearing a power armor now, or any characters wearing power armor, they are slightly taller and bulkier. Oh, fucking hell. Can't go bloody anywhere, can I? Sentry bot? No thank you. Oh, of course. I almost forgot. Can we just get a sneak attack? We'll wait for a second. For chat, you don't have a second monitor in portrait mode. Nope. I don't. Oh, do you? I want you on stream. That's entirely up to you, Sam. I'm okay. I'm more just. I'm not having trouble. It's just more for the people who may be accusing me of not reading comments fast enough. That's all it is. I'm happy to take things at my own pace, personally. You okay, buddy? I think he's fallen over and you can't get back up. Can sentry bots get back? Oh, there they go. I was gonna say, because they don't have any, like, articulation in the limbs. So... Well, Brockman wants you on, but again, it's entirely up to you. Rogan was good at listening to his guest, but he hides behind one friend of me says comments and lost connection with normal people. Yeah, so he kind of ends up in a bit of an echo chamber of, he gets a lot of these same kind of conspiracy-brained weirdos basically on, who all spend all of their time online. And now that's all he ever listens to. So now every time he's talking to anybody, he's like, oh yeah, but I heard from somebody else. Let me know when and if you're ready then, Sam. Oh, hello. I'm so glad to know that you people are not happy with it just being me streaming to you. You know, I never see people on a Lily's stream demanding she get a co-host, or Sam's stream being like, where's Steven? Bring Steven on. It's only me. I know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Once East Lebs get too rich, they forget their roots and old friends. Just like that prick Steven, who got rich off of Patreon and ran to China with his fans' hard-earned cash. I see.
You don't sound very happy about this. I can do a runner if you need me to.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Fine.
I just wish, I don't know, chat would be happy with what they got once in a while, you know?
Oh my god, I need to turn my phone off.
It's fine. You're due to be on anyway. It's a Sunday stream. No, it's a Monday stream. Monday is my Sunday. It's fine. I work Saturdays, so...
I keep getting sort of spam of sort of definitely not people from the UK trying to recruit me.
Recruit you?
Yeah, they're like, oh,
To their
hi.
drug cartels?
Would like you to fill out a form. Hi. It's so I don't trust any number that's trying to contact me on WhatsApp and Telegram at the same time. Thank you very much.
Apparently Sam is the only voice that keeps Mega Sibby's crippling anxiety at bay.
I mean, you still haven't watched my Demon Souls stream, so you must be a right little mess by now.
Oh, Mega Sibby, that'll be the hands on his mum's laptop, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, it all makes sense
On
now.
his mother. Has his power armor mod been worth it so far?
Yeah. Never not worth it. I have watched your Demon Souls stream. I just can't guarantee I was conscious through it all. Well, then what's the point? If you don't remember any of it. Did you watch it, like, after he did the stream? Or... Because you weren't there. Or at least if you were, you were bloody silent.
Nothing.
Searching all the cabinets. Don't mind me.
Fallout ambience. Don't mind me, I'm just taking up space here.
Oh, of course, you've got the game silent, don't you?
Yeah, let's get some Fallout 3 ambient on. There we go.
Fallout ambient soundtracks ranked. Marxist analysis. At the bottom, Fallout 4.
Oh, fucking 4. I actually think 76 is above 4 for
easy.
music.
Easy.
It's arguably one of the best bits of the game.
Ooh. Pre-war books? We gotta collect them, remember?
What's the Fallout game with the best books?
With the best books? I don't know. They've never made any Fallout books. Once again, I am open to writing a canon Fallout novel. If Bethesda ever want to get in touch with me, I have ideas. Extensive ideas. I'd even write it myself, except I find fanfiction worthless, so... if it doesn't have the stamp of approval.
I find fan fiction worthless. What on earth would you categorise the Xenoverse series as?
Work of art.
I never said that wasn't worthless.
Work of art. But no, like actual written fan fiction, and then it just gets thrown into the pile of all the other Fallout fan fiction with like Arcade X Caesar fanfic. Sweaty romance novel.
And at the top, the car music from Fallout 2. The Highwayman does have a good theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only real theme of anything in the game, whereas the rest is just sort of
Ow.
very good ambient music for an area.
mean,
That's just this is the theme of the motor.
Certain themes are like named after and definitely coded towards certain areas. Like there's what's it called? Across the Canyon or something like that, which is essentially the Arroyo theme. But it does show up other places, but it's obviously meant for there, you know?
I wish it showed up in more random encounters, because sometimes I don't want to hear the wow, wow music every time I'm in a fight with someone.
Acolytes of the New God, that's the Unity Children of the Cathedral music. But again, shows up everywhere. Shows up in New Vegas, for fuck's sake, you know?
I've written a grimdark Frozen fan fiction in 2013. I am not proud of it, but I can still laugh at how unreasonably sinister it was.
Do share if you ever find a copy. I'm curious. Grimdark.
It's a word you can slap in front of anything, isn't it?
No. Let's download the Grimdark Fallout New Vegas mods. All it does is add swastikas everywhere. So what did you think of basedmods.lim.cunt/org?
I think I made my view fairly well known. I think it's a very shagless website, really.
Shagless.
It's just
completely without fucks.
You know that person in school who would just say, or college was fucking awful for this. Like the people who would just be like, let's say something offensive just to see if one other person laughs at it. That's basically what happens when all those people congregate and form a website. It looks like dog shit.
Absolutely. There was a YouTube series that I was digging into on the lore of Fallout, like that one, but I don't remember who made it. There's quite a few of those out there. I can't remember what like the big ones are. Is TK Mantis, does he do lore, or is that more like mod reviews
TK Mantis
and
does TK Mantis does lore. TK Mantis does like weird, like obscure fact videos on Fallout.
Like he'll dig into like the story of Randall Clark, the corpse that you find in Honest Hearts. You know, the guy with the most tragic backstory of anything in these games.
Yeah, and he'll find like, oh, did you know that in the tops there's a picture of your parents from Fallout 3?
True, there is. It's the only image you see of the mum who dies in the opening scene of this game. And guess what? She's black. Woke California.
Base mods better get on that.
Base mods better fix that. Can't be playing as a mixed race character. Bloody hell. Again, I always do worry that people have like tuned in after the initial joke of the stream and they think they don't get the reference. Just in case.
Facetious.
Hello, any possible new people who have just tuned in at that point. That was a joke. We're making fun of something.
DK Mantis is the one who did those thematic, emotional, short lore videos. No, that's Vati Vidya, I think.
It's like Dark Souls more, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like the prepare to
Similar
cry
idea.
videos. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't mind him, but sometimes he just sounds like he's
Too depressed.
I don't know. Yeah.
Trying to be too
Or he's
miserable.
trying to be too sexual. I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes I'm just not in the mood for a man to be like, and as we can see, there's more to discover. It's like, mate, I'm not in the mood for it right now. It's 9 PM. I'm in Jabba the Hutt mode. I don't really want to be spoken to like this.
Basically, it was about the antagonists. Oh, this is your Grimdark. It's about the antagonist returning home to a trial and being pressured into suicide by his dead brother's ghost to avoid a lengthy jail sentence. I wrote it primarily to troll unironic Frozen fans at the time. No, not Vati. He did those Prepare to Cry. I mean the almost AMV style videos with Dark Souls samples in it. Shoddycast, apparently, is the one that Brockman was thinking of. I don't remember them necessarily. A channel I like, although it's not just Fallout videos, it's pretty broad, it's like all fiction, mostly sci-fi, is Templin Institute. I find their videos pretty good, without going into too much detail. It's like you won't find 6-hour lore videos of fucking the suicidal guy in Rivet City or something like that. It's like 10-minute little... Yeah.
Sorry.
10-minute little bits of like, what is the NCR? And then they just kind of go through it all.
He could have also been thinking of Oxhorn as well. Again, not one I'm particularly fond of. Another sort of bloke who tries to sound a bit too sultry and or excited for my liking.
Install the processor widget and quickly hack the computer before all the robots try to kill me. You know what, let's just...
No, here's the thing, Oxhorn talks like that. I get it. Lily, I can imagine it is like... I know... I've enjoyed some of his videos, but again, I think it's just that you have to be in the right mood for it, because sometimes I just don't... I don't want someone to sultry me. He did a video defending himself against allegations of homophobia and spoke like it was a law video. Did he have close-ups of feral ghoul idol animations and fade transitions to like other creatures as well? Whilst he's going, I am not a bad man.
Accusations of racism. Was he downloading mods from basedmods.cunt.wangstain?
Can't get away from
Can he get
mods.
shagged?
Can he get a shag? Oh, I guess I better close Dark Souls now. I can't invade people as the symbol of avarice anymore. I mean, not even... I've left the symbol of avarice on, and I have just been dying and dying on next to the bonfire over and over again.
Why are you hostile? Why are you hostile? Okay. Cease total liquidation. Yes, okay. I thought it was a one or the other thing. Stop shooting me. There we go. Yes, shoot them. Good job.
Commencing attack. Scanning. Hostile.
Look. Jolly good. We are done here.
Religion, Stephen. Whatever that.
Not
Did you encounter
entirely
some religion?
I'm
Do
not sure.
not be alarmed.
Ow.
I haven't. Hold.
Please stand by.
Oh, so how about you're playing more Fallout? Had a long, tiring day. Won an amateur boxing match today. Bloody good job then. Enjoy some Fallout. Unfortunately, we're not playing as John Boxing, but...
Win an amateur title and I'll bring back John Boxing for a stream.
Talking about long
Mrs.
videos.
Bishop run.
Commencing attack. On commencing attack. Target. Hostile.
I'm not sure why Brockman's bringing up the Lord of the Rings video. Yes, it was long. It was sufficiently long.
It's sufficiently long for a very, very, very disgustingly long
Attack.
set of films.
Target meeting with search.
It's fine. It was worth it to see the Tomato Man get battered in the end. It was...
Alrighty. You know what? We're very close to this big building here, aren't we? Let's go have a look, shall we? Since we're in the neighborhood.
The Lord of the Rings was pre-cut for you. I assure you, I assure you, I am the legal owner of these electric binoculars. I assure you, I did not get any pre-cut anything. I've got all meat.
The full quadruple extended editions. What bothers me most about Oxhorn being almost patronized into feeling like I need every single item placement and NPC explained to me. Is Oxhorn a Souls person or a Fallout person? Have we decided on this?
No, Oxhorn's the Fallout one.
We've got plenty of bottle caps.
Yeah.
Let me in, goddammit.
He just makes like extended lore videos.
Through this, you're not getting in.
I can stand here all day yelling at you through this damn speaker if I have to.
I've already told you Tenpenny won't allow zombies to live here.
Yummy
Who the hell are
tummies.
you calling
I
a
love
zombie?
him in my tummy.
You're definitely not human, that's for damn sure. For the last time, no zombies allowed.
Can't you tell the difference between me and a feral? Fine. I'll show you the goddamn difference. Just you wait. You'll get yours, all of you. What are you
I'll
looking
leave
at?
you to interrupt the intercom.
What an angry man. I've decided to pursue John boxing. Really enjoying it. Spending long hours in the gym. One day I'll let you know if I fight Masticator. Well, good
Get your
job.
ear bit off.
I thought I told you to get the hell out of here. Tenpenny doesn't want your goddamn caps, and I don't want the goddamn headache. For the last time, get your rotten, ugly, goddamn ghoul ass off
Goddamn.
Mr. Tenpenny's private property.
You get your mother with that mouth. Show some respect.
What?
It's actually my favourite
Oh.
bit of dialogue in this
Sorry
game.
about that. I thought you were one of those damn ghouls looking for a handout. You are currently trespassing on Alistair Tenpenny's private property. You have some reason to be here?
How is killing everyone indiscriminately going to educate anybody on the finer differences between feral and non-feral ghouls? Yeah, maybe ask Roy Phillips about that, because... I don't know. I kinda hate that quest, actually. And we're gonna have to do it, because we're doing every quest in this game.
We're not doing every.
We're doing every quest in this game. We're doing every quest. Or at least, as many as I can.
I felt like I was shrinking the quieter you were getting with that. Like you're putting me in a little bottle.
I could take care of that little ghoul problem for you.
Is that so? And why should I believe that? You ever kill a ghoul before?
I've killed so many ghouls. I hate how you always have to make some comment that you just would never say. You'd never say in reality.
Is that so? Then I'm sure you can handle yourself out there in the wasteland just fine.
Oh.
Are you...
Right, so apparently the only way in is to bribe.
Perhaps you'll fit in around here better than I thought.
This quest is evil in both ways. Kill the ghouls or let the ghouls kill the residents. Saying that the ghoul mask is useful.
Don't bother
Honestly,
Tenpenny or the other residents. If you so much as sneeze...
Basically, we're doing
wrong
this to get a
direction,
shitty bit of cloth you put on your head.
I was going to say,
That's fantastic, Jack.
personally, I never found the ghoul mask useful
Welcome to Tenpenny...
until you get the Broken Steel DLC, because ghoul reavers are fucking horrifying. So
Does it work on Reavers?
I assume it has to. I don't see why it wouldn't. Works on all ghouls, right? Like ordinary ghouls are no problem. Just shoot them in the face, done. But those things are miniature boss fights, and you can get tons of them.
I should have added a dodge roll to this game, really.
Honestly, yeah, parry. Well, this is nice.
This is sufficiently lovely.
Welcome to the
Federalist
Federalist Lounge. I'm Shakes.
So was Tenpenny Tower based on Fiddler's Green, or does the timeline not work out on that? I don't know what that is, to be honest.
That sounds like a load of Yankee Doodle nonsense to me.
I see.
Is that the actual building in the location where it is? It might be based on. I'm not sure.
What is that noise I keep hearing? Sorry, I keep hearing meowing, but it's like... He's right next to me asleep. I don't think he's meowing.
Yeah, ghouls are things you can either just shoot in the face or just bad enemies you can walk away from. Most ghouls are just not a threat. But later, you'll be regretting.
Hey,
Fiddler's Green is the big rich people tower surrounded by the poor people slums in Land of the Dead. Oh. I don't know. I don't know if that makes this a reference. I think it's just a... Gated communities are just kind of a existing concept, aren't they? Which I think make their way in a lot of like post-apoc fiction.
It's kind of ripe.
The
for it,
rich
really, 'cause
and
it's
powerful gate themselves in. It's essentially what the Strip is in New Vegas as well. In a larger way.
But the thing is, at least like regular people can sometimes get into the strip.
The strip at least makes some sense, like, economically, because this just seems like it's set up to fail. What are the people in here doing exactly? Where do they get their supplies? Where do they get their water? They're kind of just out in the middle of fucking
come
nowhere.
here to shag each other and then get on
What is the point in feeling powerful and superior if you also live in complete isolation and you don't get to, like, see the poor people? That makes it sound like I'm joking, but I honestly think that is a massive part of being rich. If you need to feel wealthy and powerful relative to your surroundings, right? If everyone around you is kind of just reasonably well off.
What does it really do for you?
Yeah, exactly. Also, Herbert Daring Dashwood with Susan Lancaster? Oh.
Thanks so much for asking.
The scandal.
Hi,
Oh,
Dear, I live in Tenpenny Tower.
Herbert Dashwood. Damn glad to meet you.
hello,
Call
hello.
me Daring. Everyone else does.
Daring, bet you had to earn that nickname, huh?
Maybe you've heard
It's
the
Susan
GNR
Lancaster.
radio play, The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood. That's about me, you know, based on my earlier days. I even had a ghoul manservant. Let me ask you, you ever met a ghoul before?
I wish they had a different voice actor for him. I don't see why they didn't just get the guy who voices Herbert in the radio station to just voice him. You know? Instead of just having him sound like Dr. Zimmer and all the other old geezers.
Having him sound like Android.
Susan Lancaster is the prosy of the tower. She has a set time where she sleeps with every man in the building. I'm aware. Also, she's on our list of people we need to enslave for Paradise Falls. She used to be a slaver. Doesn't mean we're going to do it.
No, we can do it.
Doesn't mean we're going to. But I'm just saying, it's an option. Sure, I've met some ghouls. They're just people trying to get by.
Ah, you've already learned some wisdom in your youth. Congratulations.
What's it like living in Tenpenny Tower?
Well, until recently, the only danger you ever faced in this fine establishment was bumping into all the bloated egos floating around. But now there's a group of ghouls nearby. I've tried explaining that they don't all want to eat you, though some do, of course. Problem is, it's hard to tell which is which. Chief Gustavo has initiated a shoot first and ask later policy. If they're smart, they'll stay away.
The effect is somewhat diminished by Tenpenny Tower looking as nasty and rancid inside as everywhere else. Stephen, we can catch Dashwood in the act, sneaking into everyone's room. It's a funny feature. I know. That's the Fallout 1 man! Technically a different Herbert, but yeah, that is where we got the name.
I don't know how we'd ever explain why there's two fellas with the same name.
Hold on. Well, Stephen, that is disproven by those ridiculous Palm Islands in the Arab Gulf. Well, first of all, they're going to be underwater in about 10 minutes, and second of all, they're surrounded by slave labor, so it's fine. It's like they don't... Maybe if they had, like, servants or something inside the tower... Maybe if they let people in on a sort of indentured servitude basis, I feel like it would maybe make a little bit more sense. But instead, you've just got a bunch of rich assholes who just want to be rich assholes living together. Like, who's fixing the plumbing? Who's dealing with the sanitation? Who's doing all the actual, like, work that obviously needs done? I guess there's security guards, but I don't know. I'm sure they aren't doing everything. But Stephen, having more than 20 people in a Bethesda settlement is literally impossible. True.
Go!
Really?
I'm at the top of the world.
Who are we looking for?
Ah, hello.
Tenpenny Tower resident, Tenpenny Tower resident. Who's this?
Nice to see you. Doing well,
You
I
can
hope?
see the names of everybody's...
I'm quite well, thank you.
Fucking Oblivion NPC dialogue, man. Millicent Wellington and Edgar Wellington II. Hold on, I'm sure there's something around here we can find. Something fun.
Is Millicent a worse name than Edgar?
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, it's like super Tory, isn't it?
30. We need to get to 50. That's not gonna work. Dang it. Dang it. We'll need to come back here sometime. Unless I'm getting the wrong posh couple in my head. I was a damn builder. Let's get out of here. Hold on, does my helmet give me any charisma boost? No, damn. Sometimes they do. Some Brotherhood helmets do.
Doesn't the I think the winterized T-51B might give you some charisma.
So the reason I'm wearing this one is, first of all, I don't know, it just looks a little bit more grotty and wastelandery. And also it has a +2 strength bonus rather than a +1, which I was a little bit
Mr.
surprised about.
Tenpenny isn't taking callers.
I'm here to see Tenpenny, but if you weren't so incompetent, you'd know that. Hop, 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 hop.
Hold on there a minute.
Well, that worked.
Oh, all right, I'll let you in, but if Tenpenny hollers because he isn't expecting you, you're
I really
dead.
do think Power Armor should have gotten you a few different reactions from people.
Yeah. I hear everybody just treats you as some, like, wasteland piece of shit while you're walking around like this, you know? Is Tenpenny out here? He ain't. What time is it? Yeah, we'll wait till daytime, right? We'll just stand here menacingly.
What are you going to do to him?
Just have a chat. The name Millicent is so posh, you'd be drafted into the House of Lords, whether you want it or not.
I was a damn builder.
Come on. Where is the old geezer? Here he is. Shooting the poor, I guess. What's up, you Tory bastard?
I seldom get visitors, which is a tiresome shame, because I'm usually relentlessly bored out of my rifle.
Fortunately, I don't have my sniper rifle sitting here.
Just people fluster about.
Hello, how are you doing there?
To fall to pieces in any moment. I'm surprised they even let you in. So, what do you think of my fine tower here? It's
Bethesda.
quite the jewel of the wasteland, isn't it? I dare say I'm quite proud of it myself.
You didn't build this tower, you just found it and moved in. Big fucking deal.
I say, must you be so caustic? Come now, a lot of work went into turning this husk of a tower into a place people can call home. I've had help, of course, especially in Mr. Burke, an absolute gem of a man. He certainly has a way of getting done what needs to get done. Then it was a matter of getting the right type of tenants with the right type of assets, and the rest is, as they say, history.
What are you shooting at out there?
Why, anything I want, dear boy. Anything I want. Wasteland Safari. Very relaxing.
There are some ghouls that want to live here. What do you think about that?
Why, I do believe you've lost your mind. Ghouls living here? You're serious?
What if the residents are okay with ghoul neighbors?
I don't suppose I'd mind terribly if ghouls were to live here. And it would be a good bit of sport hunting them down if they misbehaved. I dare say, though, you'll have a bit of trouble convincing certain residents to go along with your novel proposition.
The ghouls don't misbehave, and you
Tell
can
you what,
magically
if you
teleport
can
them to the
convince
outside
Mr. and
where they
Mrs.
start
Wellington,
flailing their
Mr.
arms.
Ling, Miss Montenegro, and Miss Lancaster, those ghouls can live here. Have you seen me shoot? I'm quite proficient.
Okay. I suppose we can do this while we're here. We do need Tenpenny for future, though. Just a little point.
Oh, you gotta shoot him in the head like an old monster movie.
So maybe we don't want to do this quest yet. We'll maybe put it on the back burner for a while.
Yes.
Let's head out. Where are we going to now?
The Museum of History.
The Museum of History. what I was gonna do, let's see, return to Moira, rescue some people from Big Town. That's been waiting for a while. Here you go. Enslave Flack, enslave Red, enslave Susan Lancaster. Well, that's just mean. Why would we do such a thing? Let's head to... Where's Big Town again?
I don't remember what Red has actually done to warrant the enslavement. But...
I think she maybe owes them money or something, it was implied. That or Goose just wants a shag because he spent too much time on based mod stop Wankstein and hasn't had it in a while. I mean, he literally does imply that he's gonna, you know, that. So that's not, that's kind of, that's a little bad karma, isn't it? It's a little bit.
That's a little bit.
So on the one hand, do we want the 500 XP for completing the slave quest, or do we want to not be a piece of shit? At the same time. At the same time, sorry, I'll let you finish first. What were you gonna say?
I wouldn't. In my course of action would be to not complete this until you have enough weapons in your inventory that you can immediately free the slaves, give them all power armor and miniguns, and watch them kill Paradise Falls.
I was gonna say there is an option to free the slaves after you've got them because they stay in a room. God, I hate mutants with missile launchers. There's nothing you can bloody do about it. If you shoot, we're both dead.
It hurt. I'm gonna eat your arms when you're dead, human!
I mean, you could eat them when I'm alive, but that would be... I don't know. Unpleasant.
A bit rude.
Yeah, you know what? In the interest of maximizing how many quests we do, I may do the slaving quest and then immediately undo it. You know, might as well. Get the money, get the XP, and then kill them all. I'm gonna save my healing items, just go back to Big Town for the rest. Tenpenny can sniff out a red fox at a distance of 5 kilometers and endangered species at twice that range. That's what he's shooting from his balcony. Can I also suggest that if you plan on going to Vegas, which we do, would be fun in Eulogy's suit? I suppose.
It would stand out amongst the crowd of however many people can crowd in a Bethesda game.
No more than 20. Right. So, some settlers of Big Town have been captured by super mutants, and we believe they have been taken to Germantown.
They've been taken for a bit of the old, I'm sorry, your husband has been killed.
I wonder...
What's for dinner?
I wonder what's for dinner. I'll tell you what. Fast travel. A little bit closer first. While our karma is evil.
Watch yourself up there.
Evil.
We'll just have a quick stop at Paradise Falls. While it's still up and running, I guess. There is a store. Actually, yeah, there's a store here. I want to go activate its quest. What were you going to say?
Find a sneaky way to kill Ymir and his annoying name.
Oh, hey, HD. Having a good stream? So far, it's okay, except my chat hates me.
Guns.
You guys seem pretty isolated. Where do you get your supplies?
Well, the guys usually bring in what they grab on missions. I mean, you always got to kill a few people when you're gathering meat. You know, they've got some guards. The dad thinks he's a hero and pulls a gun, whatever. So they bring that crap in here and trade it. But mostly the only stuff I get is from these guys. And they keep the good stuff for themselves.
So you pretty much just get leftover crap?
Yeah, pretty much. Greedy assholes. I don't know how I'm supposed to pull down a living over here when they don't trade fair.
What would it take for you to get some decent supplies?
I'd have to have some decent supplies to trade for them. If I have more things that these douchebags want, they'll bring me better stuff to... But you know, I'm a one-man operation here.
What do you need? Maybe I could bring you some stuff to trade?
Yeah, I know. I could really get this little shithole going if I had some better stuff. First things first, bring me some Chinese assault rifles. People always need them for parts. 20 should get me going.
There we go.
I'll trade them.
Fucking
All right.
20.
Yeah, it is a bit of a grind.
Have you ever actually done this?
I've done it. I've done it a few times.
Is there a reward?
The reward is this shop actually has some decent stock, and I don't know, I assume XP or something.
Can you even use this shop anymore once you've...
Pleasure.
That is a question, though. If we do kill everybody here, maybe we keep the shopkeeper, just so it's another place we can dump our stuff.
Goddamn tin can.
First things first, bring me some Chinese. I'm hungry.
I haven't had a succulent Chinese meal in days.
I'm busy, so piss off. You got business here, you talk to me.
Now, we've already captured one person, haven't we? I think you can find them in that back door there, if I remember right. Lovely. Where is he? Where's Eulogy? He's never where I bloody need him. You know what? While I'm here, I'm going to quickly grab these. Yoink. 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 Another collectathon for later. That's them all right. That dude sounded like the average NHS worker. Sounded like me. What do you mean? Not having any of the supplies you need. Where the hell is Eulogy Damn Jones?
Is he in bed?
No? Cannot wait in this location. What a load of shite.
Maybe he's behind an illusory wall.
Maybe.
What's the big idea?
I am here for a reason. But that reason is failing right now. Because I can't bloody find him. What the hell is going on?
Yeah?
He should be either in there or just outside the building.
Balcony?
Yeah.
Is he having a piss somewhere? That he's just sort of... Where is he?
I'm very confused. And concerned. I don't think he should be in here, or in any of these buildings.
Hey, you cutter. You got anything for me today?
Wait, is he?
Flowers, love letters.
Good day.
What the fuck are you guys doing in here?
Old enough to be your mother. Ours is a business relationship only.
Oh, there's no.
I've never seen him in this building in my life.
What is going on?
Only joking.
Why is one of them on the bed?
I don't want to know what's happening in here.
The usual cut. Count it if you'd like.
Something I can.
Now she shoves her head up his arsehole. What's going on? Oh, here we go. I'm in the market for a bodyguard like yours. You selling? What are you buying?
Gotta be careful using a slave as a bodyguard. Most aren't exactly motivated to keep you alive. You know what I mean? You're in luck It turns out my girl Clover is just the right little package for you.
What are we doing on that bed, Big Clover? That's some Blair Witch shit right there. Well, all of them in this room. What makes her so special?
I'll tell you why. Because Clover is the craziest.
Have you ever had this companion?
And I'm an expert on crazy girls.
Only once. I don't remember
crazy
enjoying
sack,
having this
crazy
companion
every
that
which
much.
way
To
but
be honest,
most of all,
it's
she's
desperation right
in
now.
love with
It's
whoever
because
holds
there's
her
fuck
leash.
all options for companions in
Low
this game.
cost of 1,000 caps. Miss Clover could be
And
crazy.
we're 6 episodes in and we haven't got one yet, so...
Oh, fucking hell. Sergeant RL3 or whatever. The one you need neutral karma to get.
The karma... So, little thing about this game. There are, let's see, RL, Fox, Sharon, Jericho, Clover, and then technically Bully from Vault 101. 6 companions in this game? Yeah. Except for Fox, who I won't spoil, for those who don't know who he is. And Bully from Vault 101, whose name is completely Butch. All the rest of them you need negative karma for, or neutral karma. And as we found, karma in this game is fucking bollocks. Because I am an evil person just because I killed a few aliens, apparently. And I've really done nothing else of significance since then. I saved goddamn Megaton, and that hasn't mattered. But anyway, while I'm still in negative karma, I figure I may as well grab this companion, because hopefully I'll be positive soon.
You don't know the half of it, friend. Clover's all yours now. Have fun, you two.
You like what you see? Talk to Mr. Eulogy.
So, we got this person.
My name's Clover.
We technically just bought a slave. I know that's pretty unethical.
Bodyguard, and I'm looking for a body. Sounds like we're going to have some fun times, lover.
But it is what it is. Okay, let's go.
Whatever you...
Now, we'll get her some weapons and some power armor later, but... for now, it's off to Germantown.
What's going on?
Go see.
And I think I have a mod which lets me recruit multiple companions as well.
Oh, we're going to go see Ben.
We're going to go see Ben? Germantown.
Germantown.
Okay, yeah. I just died in Baldur's Gate 3 and lost over an hour of progress, so I'm going to start food now. Still listening. Alright.
Still listening, but slightly more defeated.
BG3 can be ridiculous about autosaves. The game that taught me how to quick save regularly. Yeah, I learned that from Bethesda games, honestly. When you spend a lot of time just wandering around the Wastelands, not going into any buildings, and then you crash, and then you're all the way back to wherever the last door was you walked through. So you got a quick save.
If it means anything, Lily, I have just lost about 60,000 souls because I accidentally left the symbol of avarice on me head whilst joining this stream. And then I died twice whilst next to the bonfire, so that's all those souls.
Oh, yeah, symbol of avarice slowly eats your face, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Slowly kills you. Well, that was silly. Look what you guys did.
Trying to get you a symbol of avarice.
You guys demanding that Sam be on stream. You got him killed. You got him distracted. You monsters. There you go. Got you covered.
Thank you.
Got you covered by scapegoating.
Nothing.
The scapegoat rolls. Yeah.
Like a good scapegoat.
Scapegoat shit rolls downhill, doesn't it? I don't know why you didn't just say, "Oh no, I died in Dark Souls." It's your bad luck, Stephen. Again.
It's because you're playing Fallout 3 and not helping me out. That's why you've got me killed.
Oh, by the way, I did see this comment. It was too big a question to answer at the time. What should Fallout 5 play like?
Can I have
a game with better melee combat than Starfield and Fallout 4.
That's a good place to start. Melee combat that isn't arse. I mean, I have a lot of ideas for what a future Fallout game should be like. Story, setting, vibe. But as for just, like, gameplay, oof. Is it time for a new engine?
I'm bored.
Oh, you are already getting annoying. I'm regretting this.
What, inviting me onto the stream? I'm sorry, I'll leave.
Fucking Clover going, I'm bored. Time for you to die. That's gotta be a soundboard.
I'm bored. It's time for you to die.
I'm hurt.
Need some help with this one. Damn.
This is your trial by fire. Let's see how you do, Clover.
Damn. That's over.
There you go, your first kill. Well done.
Tasted blood for the first time.
How did that feel?
What gun is she using?
Sawn-off shotgun?
Yes, lover.
Stop calling me that.
What's she calling you? Daddy?
Might as well be. Let's talk about... I guess we could talk about tactics?
What are you thinking, lover?
Oh my god. Combat
Well,
style?
Clearly don't
What would you
tempt
like?
me with
I
a
think
game
you'll
that
find I'm
can't
quite
happen.
flexible.
Switch to a melee weapon.
On the
Gladly.
subject, it will never
Face to
happen,
face
but
is
imagine a
so much
Fallout
more
game
personal.
made by Larian, please.
Oh,
Please
time
give me
for
this
fun
option
already?
of a game.
Honestly... Maybe not even call it Fallout 5, but I wouldn't mind just a kind of New Vegas style side-off game. Sidewall. Is that what, could we call it that? Rather than a sequel, rather than a spin-off.
Where?
It's a sidewall.
A pre-sequel. I don't know. That's a
No
dumb
more
fucking
games.
name for a game.
Time to die. Wait.
Yeah, I just want Fallout, but in different gameplay styles. It just feels crap to limit it to just the Bethesda style. Not to say I don't enjoy it, but I just would. I think you're stifling the potential of it.
One
Been here the
game
whole
every
time.
20 goddamn years at this rate.
Yeah,
It ends up being a disappointment every time.
I think we just need to take the Fallout license off of Bethesda now.
Bethesda, you can stick with Elder Scrolls and Starfield. You can have your
Yeah, well, you can
Starfield
make-
2 after Elder Scrolls 6. And then Todd can retire, or whatever.
I tell you what, Lancer, don't give it back to Interplay, because Interplay did just as shit, just did a far shitter job than Bethesda. Sorry to get loud, but like I need to reiterate that. It's Brotherhood of Steel is a terrible game. Phil's been here the whole time, just felt like John Poo Poo, apparently.
Hope you're doing okay. I'm a pirate, apparently. Clover is actually a terribly tragic character, since it's implied she was heavily groomed from a young age to be a sociopath. Yeah, you know what? Maybe Clover should be our motivation to stop being a piece of shit as this character. Maybe.
But you didn't think killing all those alien workers was...
They were aliens! They don't have souls! We've discussed this! Unfortunately, I will say unfortunately, the Fallout 3 companions, as well as being annoyingly tied to karma, and just generally not being the most interesting, there's no level of depth to them. There's no quest line. There's no character progression. We've already heard all of the dialogue she has to say.
And it's for the worst, because I think for ones like Sharon, his quest could have been really good, I think. Like, it's finding out like who his like mysterious sort of contractors are. This is a game that really would have been benefited with at least one companion quest.
The companions are very second thought, I think, when it came to this game. Like, they didn't really put much effort into them.
That's an understatement, Brockman.
Which one?
Right now, they have let Microsoft have let studios do their thing. It did not work for Redfall. I don't think anything worked for Redfall, and they're still charging £70.
You reckon the appeal of Fallout is that some small part of its player base wants to actually live in the post-apocalypse, albeit a fun playground cartoon version of the post-apocalypse? I guess? Like, maybe not like if you seriously asked them, Like, hey, do you want the world to end so you can run around in like a Mad Max Funpocalypse sandbox? They're gonna be like, oh well, no, of course not. But I think like when you're actually playing, you do have that. I know I kind of did when I was like a teenager or whatever. It's like, hey, it's fun. I don't know. Like, you can't really rationalize it. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, but I won't say it isn't something that I'm sure goes through the minds of some fans.
There's also a lot of random explosions.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sick of the random explosions. Again, Todd Howard insisting on sprinkling frag mines. Fucking everywhere. Just
Gotta be honest.
swinging wildly.
Reg, that's actually not a Fallout 4 idea I hate, to be... Eddie Winter having Sharon's contract could be a cool crossover. Eddie had many people killed off to hide evidence. Sharon in the past could have been a contract killer. That's not even the worst idea I've heard for it, to be honest. It's better than the fucking nothing we currently have.
I suppose. It does raise a lot of questions. I mean, I kind of hate the whole Eddie Winter thing to begin with. Like, this guy has just been living in a sewer for over 200 years. Like, what are you doing, you absolute loon? But yeah, it's better than nothing. I think the implication is like there's some kind of Morag Tong, Dark Brotherhood style organization that like trains these hyper indoctrinated bodyguards who like they will take any order without question. You know, proper proper clone trooper style. But we just never find out anything about them. Or like where Sharon came from or anything.
And he clearly has like a moral compass because he like obviously. Actually, no, we haven't got to him yet.
Yeah, I was going to say we will get to him, so we can talk more about him then. But we're just talking about companions broadly just now.
Smell your fear! Human!
Tau. Oh, lordy lord! Right, we've just encountered a super mutant overlord. I'm surprised. We are in danger.
That overlord has got the I'm bored face.
What level are we? 15? That seems a little early for these guys to start spawning. Maybe there's just always one here.
Probably about the right level, to
Maybe?
be honest.
I suppose. I mean, like, what's the max... With all the DLC, max level is 30?
Yeah.
Ripper time. It tore through the Brotherhood. Maybe it'll work on him. Oh, she's gone. Fucking hell, he's doing the terror morph strategy. He's running backwards shooting. I guess I'm the terror morph right now.
Oh, he's got some legs on him. Did you see how he moved?
Yeah. Crikey. So these guys are genuinely tough as nails. That maybe didn't look like it. I guess my unarmed... Once again, unarmed is definitely the most overpowered skill in this game. Sorry, not unarmed, melee weapons. If you're just playing a guns character, you need like 50 caliber armor piercing anti-material rifle to the face several times to take one of those out.
Why can't one of them be our mate? Why can't we play as...
Anyway, let's catch up on chat.
Why can't we have Super Mutant Overlord legs?
Bethesda should steal a page out of Destiny's book and do melee in third person with a vastly different control layout and improved movement. I don't hate that idea, honestly. It's better than just the click, 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 right click to block in a horribly delayed fashion. A game that really doesn't need a quick save, Horizon Zero Dawn, have automatic quick saves. I have 87 save points. I don't know if it's time-based or progression-based. I don't know. I don't know if you're playing on PC or, I assume, Xbox. Every time you rest at one of those bonfires, you get a save. How many games have dropped the numbering system after 3? It's many. Assassin's Creed is one series. How do you feel about, like... I know, like, the gaming industry went through a period of oh no, we don't number our sequels anymore. We're just gonna reboot and call everything like the next Fallout game. The next Fallout game will just be called Fallout, won't it? But like with a different font, and it'll be the reboot.
Or oversimplification, where Abe's Odyssey becomes Abe.
I don't know why you're choosing Abe's Odyssey as an example. It's so random.
A funny game to pick from, really.
Quick! Unlock the door!
Hey, okay.
You're rescuing me?
Fallout resheltered
Thanks!
off.
I thought we were goners for sure. I think the others are dead. Or worse.
Oh no, they made Red woke. Elder Scrolls 6 in 2026. Has that been confirmed? Or is that just what people think? Forgot to ask my vicar about aliens again.
These Red-based mods will remember this. Why did my brain make that?
I think the appeal of post-apocalypse is to imagine living in something resembling freedom. Downside is the whole world is a bit shit. It's a funny concept. It's the very libertarian concept, not to get too political, of like maximum freedom is minimum society constraints. But how free are you really if you have to dedicate 12 hours a day to hunting and gathering in order to not die from a lack of nutrition? You know, how free are you really under those circumstances? You know, total freedom?
Or something else?
I'm talking about both. I mean, we're talking about like the appeal of a post-apocalypse, the freedom of a post-apocalypse. You could do what you want, eat good food, destroy planets, you know, all that. It's like, sure, in a video game, but in reality, total freedom, it also means lack of obligation, lack of support. Yeah, you end up having a lot less freedom to do what you want when you're dying of like easily preventable diseases.
I was speaking to someone just yesterday
I'm extremely
about
lucky you came along.
how much they're like survival modes in games, and it's like I genuinely, like, outside of the chat where it just
Everyone
happened to
else
get brought
is
up,
dead.
I genuinely
We're taking
can't fucking
well,
stand
except
survival modes. I think they're just. I don't want to keep track of my character's food and piss meter. I'd rather do anything but.
God, there's so many comments. I'll tell you what, for all you guys complaining that I don't read comments, we're not doing any better with Sam here.
No, we've just done worse, if anything.
Speaking of taking any order without question and clone troopers, did anybody else not really dig the brain chip part from Clone Wars? I didn't when it was first introduced, but it's definitely grew on me, and it is kind of. I'll take it on balance. I'll take clone troopers being like actual characters, rather than just droids with fleshy Tamura Morrison skin, if it means we get this one slightly contrived brain chip thing. Losing karma for killing those aliens is like losing karma for killing Eric Pribke or whatever Nazi doctor. Yeah, that was my justification. That's why I was peeling the legs off of those aliens one at a time. It was for justice. Torture for justice. Even Eddie was kind of wasted despite the holotape lore. I really enjoy the criminal underworld side of the Fallout lore. Imagine a Joe Fixit Super Mutant Crime Boss. I think my problem with like Bethesda games, well, no, it's too broad. The problem with like a lot of the Fallout 4 stuff, that is just an example. The Fallout universe has moved so far on in the timeline from the bombs. We're at 210 years after the war now. And yet because every new Bethesda Fallout game has to keep bringing in new audience and like reacclimatizing everybody to, hey, this is a post-1950s style nuclear war, you have to always tie it too much back to the pre-war stuff. That's why you have so many characters who are like either frozen in cryogenic stasis or live to 1 billion years old because of Zeus implants or whatever. Or ghouls. A ghoul who is trapped in a fridge since before the war and is for some reason not turned absolutely insane or died from a lack of food, because ghouls do need to eat. But they want to have the funny haha person hidden in a fridge when the bombs went off. It doesn't make any fucking sense though. They just can't get over themselves. Whereas the New Vegas and the Fallout 1 and 2 Fallout, you know, the Black Isle Fallout, they actually move the timeline forward. They have stories set in the modern world rather than having to constantly use the pre-war as a crutch. That's what bothers me. It's like Fallout 3. Again, we're 200 years in the future. Everyone's still living in shit. Get your shit together. Right, let's go get Shorty.
I just slow you down.
Fine. Wait here.
I'm not sure I like that.
Oh my god, what do you want? Come with me to save your friend. No. Alright then, stay here. No.
Anything else? No.
What do you want?
No.
Right, so she says there's one other person who's been taken alive. So we'll go get him. Oh no, they made red political. I always liked the idea in episode 3 that the clones were just so... I'm going to stand on a landmine while I'm reading this comment, haven't I? The clones were just so unquestioningly loyal to the Republic that they accepted the concept of Jedi treason without question. Yeah. Like I say though, it would be hard to wrap your head around characters like Commander Cody and Rex, who we've kind of, especially like Rex, who we've grown so fond of, and the relationship between them and their Jedi is so strong, and then for like Palpatine to be like, yeah, kill them, and they'll be like, okay, without even a question. Because you have the issue in Star Wars Legends where you end up having tons of comics and short stories and stuff about Jedi, about clone troopers who refused the Order. And then it kind of just begs the question of, well, why didn't more of them? Well, like, was it just the ones who get their own novels? I don't know. It starts to have a bit of main character syndrome happening. Whereas if they all do it and they can't help it, it's nice and simple. I don't know. How do you feel about the brain chips?
Oh, I've already told you this. I'm all for the brain chip. I've never not been for the brain chip. In Star Wars, not in reality.
Give me the brain chip.
No, no brain chip. I'm saying, yeah. Well, I just think it's a perfect thing. I know some people get really arsey when you bring up the brain chip. I'm fine with it. I think it helps explain it perfectly. Because otherwise you just have to assume that everyone that looks like Tamora Morrison in Star Wars is a right cunt, and they've just been hiding it for like a few years.
Teach you to mess with me.
Well, that was fun. Eek. Oh, Chinese assault rifle. Jolly good.
Lily says it makes the clone story more tragic. Yeah, like it makes it more tragic as well when you see like how it affects them like after the war. When you see how they're kind of just completely discarded and forgotten by the Empire as they move on from them, and they've had to do all these horrible things. Keep reading them comments, Brockman. I'm bloody reading. I was getting to yours next anyway.
How can we like properly go into the questions that people are asking, and also we gotta read the comments faster? Do you just want yes or no answers to everything that you guys ask?
Okay then, Brockman. Fallout needs to connect the game's story, but with all the story options, it's hard to merge the stories. Sequel needs to read your saves for last game to create a storyline.
No.
Yes.
Well, no, they didn't do it for the first two games. I think they just have to have a canon ending. And I'm fine with that. I don't care.
I was doing the bit of just saying yes to comments
yes.
we read.
Or, no.
Yes. No, like it's fine. I think it's perfectly okay to just decide what events are canon for the next game as well. I'm perfectly fine with that.
I mean, they've done it so far, and it has resulted in the most interesting storylines possible. You know,
yeah.
If everything had to be wishy-washy, anything can happen. This is how you end up with, as much as I love it, you know, the Mass Effect sequels, where the big choices that you make in each game don't really have that much of an impact, because they can't make two or three or four completely different storylines for the one game. You know, whether you destroy the boss, the Reaper at the end of Mass Effect 2, or you keep it, Cerberus still end up with its corpse. So it's like, well, what's the point? I feel like Fallout would end up becoming very... I don't know, there would be no risk. Nothing would happen. You wouldn't end up with stories like the Brotherhood hiding in a bunker, awaiting their own extinction in New Vegas, or...
Yeah.
Or the NCR bloating and beginning to collapse under its own weight. Everything would just be... I don't know.
Thank God!
Nothing could happen.
Who are you? Never mind, I don't care right now.
It's not easy when the
Let's
Enigma
go get
machine
Red
from
and get out of here.
1942 was to decode them first.
All right, if you say so, boss.
Oh, right. Anything else? Since the Fallout games... Yeah, I think you've read Reg's comment, haven't you?
I don't know anymore. There's too many bloody comments.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking about the... I'm also... I don't have a mouse on this laptop that I'm reading my comments on, so I'm having to do it with a touchpad, and it keeps jumping, which makes it even more bloody annoying. No one ever walked past that fridge, which is literally right next to the road. Yeah, in 200 years, nobody ever checked what was in that fridge. Oh my god, I've completely lost track of chat. I'm sorry. This is getting silly. Be right back. I'm actually going to get a mouse for this laptop because I can't do this with a mouse and keyboard. Touchpad.
It's your fault for being so invested in this stream and asking too many questions, really. You should all just type, "Great stream, guys," with an exclamation mark at the end.
Stephen, console command him to be even smaller. I'm not 100% sure I know how. No, I suppose I would just click on him and go. Quick save. There we go.
No more talking. Let's get out.
Great stream, guys. Great stream, guy, people. Wow, Stephen, I really love it. He's...
I basically said, like, what you're typing too much. Why don't you just say things like "great stream, guys!" exclamation mark. He is so small.
Fuck. Okay, I'm right. I've got it. I've got it now. I think it's partly the fault of the TV show, which humanized clones to a point where they had to give them some additional reason to turn the Jedi. Yep. I asked about Fallout. I haven't played the series, but I get what you're talking about. Yeah, cool. WrestleMania did that after 30. Fallout Resheltered. Oh no, they made it political. I hate it when...
You've gone too far back now. If a comment...
I still haven't read any of these. I hate it when they call a reboot God of War 2015 or something. Yep. To be a hunter-gatherer or pay bills and listen to Radio 1. Pass me a stick with a pointy bit on one end and I'll use it to turn off the radio. After Starfield, I'm genuinely not looking forward to the next Fallout. I'm barely looking forward to the next Elder Scrolls. Xenoverse man referenced funny John Xenoverse quote. Skip, 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 skippity skip, 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 skip. Skip. That's a good point. Since the Fallout games are not so far into the timeline, there's no excuse for anyone... Are so far into the timeline, there's no excuse for anyone living in a shithole. Surely the NCR have enough resources and funding to rebuild. Well, they do in California. The problem is, every game we've seen has been set outside of California, and nobody else besides them has gotten their shit together. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, I love it when I'm scrolling and then things jump. Speaking of Mass Effect, I hear they're referring to the next one as Mass Effect 4. Andromeda really laid that much of a brown egg, huh? Yeah, it's a spin-off. What am I doing with this? Why did I pick up my PS4 controller to play this game? Come on, follow me. Can he follow me? Come on, you little action man. Let's go.
He's just looking up at you like, let me play the games on your phone. I know you have them.
For me, Fallout 1 and 2 were the main Fallout story, and everything after that can be whatever the fuck they want. I mean, even Fallout 1 and 2 had options, though. There was an ending in Fallout 1 which could have had the Brotherhood of Steel break their isolationism and go on... What was it called? It was called the... Was it the Steel Plague? Is what it became known as in history. 1,000-year Dark Age, where they basically conquered the whole American Southwest and took over. The NCR never even got established. Like, what a horrible dark timeline. But it's one of the endings.
We can talk back at Big Town. Let's get out of here.
It's a shame we can't make red like MS Paint red.
Glad to
It's
see
glowing.
you're alive, Shorty.
Me too. Now let's get the hell out of here.
I'm not fixing it. This is canon now. Let's go.
Just make everyone as literal to their name as possible.
It's fun to ask about this game. I don't play games like Fallout. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to answer questions. I'm playing this game as much for the people who don't know it as much for the people that do.
You know.
Alright. Back to Big Town.
Shorty's probably around the same size that the player is at the beginning of the game.
Look at you.
You never listen to me.
Hello, Cameron. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, Lo.
Something. He rescued me at least.
How you doing?
I'm glad to be safely back home.
Fucking javelin him.
He's a cursed G.I. Joe. You're planning on giving me a reward, right?
Right, of course. Rescuing me was a job to you, and you're a real professional. Thanks. I know you've already risked your life once already, but I heard the
Surely
mutants
no
talking about
NPC is going to be
another
able
attack.
to shoot him because he's
They'll
too
probably be
fucking
here
small.
soon.
I could make him smaller.
I don't recommend that.
I'll stick around and kill the super mutants. They should leave you alone after that.
Really? That's great. I'll let everyone know. You're a real hero. You know that?
I know. How are you doing, Shorty?
Out again? Thanks for helping us. I just hope we can survive another attack. Probably won't.
What do you think will happen to Big Town?
You've seen those super mutants and their appetite? There's no way Big Town will survive with
Is
them
he getting
around.
shorter?
I could make him shorter.
Try to take me again. I'll give them something
He
to
looks
worry
like he could
about for a
slip through
change.
the cracks now.
If I make him any smaller, I'll never be able to find him again. No! Shorty, come back! He's gone. He's fallen through the cracks, just as you predicted. Where is he? Come back. Come back, Shorty.
Hey, pal, what's up?
He's gone into the quantum realm.
Stay clear of mutants.
Where is he?
Where are you?
He's gone with the ants now. It's fine.
Oh, there he is. Okay, he's back. He's managed to climb out. Uh-oh. What is going on? Something very wrong has happened to him.
It's so small. He's big enough to be like the villain in a Bug's Life movie now.
Hold on. Alright. I don't know why it's deselected him. That's the problem.
Gets worse all the time.
It sure does, Shorty. It sure does. Let's get back to Action Man sized. There we go. Okay, at least we can see where he is.
It's going back in time to prevent the bombs falling. We found him.
Well, that was sudden. We done? Oh, shit. They did say mutants were going to attack. I just wondered if I could get a quick nap in before they actually spawned.
No.
So have we completed this quest?
Super mutant invasion of 4 blokes in a Congo.
Don't worry, y'all are safe.
We did it! You did it! You helped us defeat the mutants!
The mutants should be allowed to live. They're just misunderstood.
Thank you so much!
Bethesda doesn't agree with this.
We did find a friendly mutant earlier, when you weren't here, Cameron. We had a little chat with him. Right.
Thanks again for saving my life at the police station.
I think I'm going to build a little shrine to you. All I need is some incense sticks and candles.
Okay.
Don't be a stranger.
You can almost, sort of, have her as a goth GF, but it doesn't actually amount to anything. She can sometimes give you random shit when you come to visit. But since we've never spoken to her before in our life, we're just gonna leave. Alright, we're done here, and we still need to get you some armor, so, I guess back home?
I missed the only good bit of this game.
Or, wait a minute.
Yeah, you've missed Uncle Leo.
I hope we meet Shorty again in our travels. I hope he never fixes. I hope if we ever come back to here again, he's still, tiny. We don't have the Mesmatron,
He's short, he's fighting with the red roaches.
Sam. While we're here, we can have a little, but a crumb of low karma, right? Just a little sneaky bit of low karma.
A tincture.
Uh-oh. My medical skill is not good enough to heal this guy, is it? My medical skill is shite. What if I, what is it called? There's a magazine, isn't there? Maybe I don't have one. Hey.
What's happening? Who are you again?
There's a thief around. You seem distracted. I'll hold on to your gear.
A thief? Yeah, I'm feeling a little out of it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you have got nothing. You got nothing worth stealing. I got some friends who want to meet you. Here, put this collar on.
Whoa. What is it?
You're a slave now, nothing personal. Bye.
Nothing personal, but I'm a person.
Voice acting. I thought she was going to go back to bed there. Did I save? I should have saved.
That menu where you're taking their gear, well, that I usually just pickpocket the gear onto them, but you could have also given them power armor and all that through there.
Lily, Stephen enslaves a black person. Don't say that. We're gonna free her again later.
Someone we can trust.
It's part of a plan.
What about the synthetic men they make up north in the Commonwealth? Well, the rumors are true.
Synths.
They're called androids. They're men like us, just made out of different parts. I know one of these androids. He's looking for a trustworthy doctor to perform some facial surgery. Can you do it? Do you know someone who can? Also, do you know anyone who's really a whiz with computers?
A whiz. Interesting. We've clocked on to a conspiracy.
Have you come to talk to me?
I don't know, have I?
Yep. Still not dead, unfortunately.
What do you do around here, Bittercup?
I wander around town to find chalk and makeup sometimes. Not like there's any place to buy stuff.
We're gonna free them later, American founding fathers. Jesus.
Oh yeah?
Stephen
What is
revealed as founder of Base Mom. That's terrible.
You don't seem to care about what's going on around here.
I don't know. What does it matter anyway? We're all going to be mutant chow eventually. And what do you know? You Wastelanders in your dirty clothes and roughed up faces. You look like a serial killer.
I'm wearing power armor.
You're not, seeing anyone right now, are you?
Bonk. Go to horny jail. Did you just hit on me?
Oh, well, I need to get going. But come back and visit me sometime.
Well, that was easy. Just had to, like, have one conversation. I mean, apparently if you talk around town, she's, like, been with every guy here, so it's not exactly that hard. Didn't that bint grow up in a literal cave? She did. We haven't gone to that cave yet, but we will.
Cave!
Oh, let's quickly check in, get some money. Gonna tune out now.
I've been wanting to get Red in here for a long time. I have a little something special planned for her. Take another collar and keep
Yummy
those
cummies.
puppies coming.
I love them in my tummy.
Awful. Goodbye.
Sure thing.
Third sister.
Hey, I've been accepted by Paradise Falls. How lovely. They'll be dead soon. Alright, back home.
Dead.
Phil... I'm gonna tune out for now.
More people like you in the world.
Convince Mum to let
But
me
once
stay
you have
home
this-
because I have some slightly gone off ice cream last night.
Right. I'm just gonna let Cat out.
The super mutant seconds before being minced by a flaming sword-wielding sociopath. Hey fellas, Uncle Leo sent us here, saying this place was...
Live and well, sir.
misunderstood. Just misunderstood creatures. It's a true tragedy. Alright, what armor should we give her? What weapon should we give her? We don't need the spacesuit anymore. Ooh, do you want the stealth armor? You know, someone's gotta have it. Unless, oh, maybe her slave collar, which for some reason we are not allowed to take off.
You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover.
Except your slave collar. I don't know if that'll let her wear it. Oh! Well, that's surprising. Then again, it's probably not actually the best. Combat armor. Power armor?
Can you get rid of the,
I might download a mod to see if I can remove it. Or I could just remove it in Gek, I suppose. Because I don't really want her walking around with a slave collar on all the time. I do want to be a better person.
You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover.
Yeah, that'll do. That looks respectable, doesn't it? Now you need a better weapon. Alien atomizer. Combat shotgun. Hey, here we go. I got this just for a companion. Now, do I need to give you ammo, actually?
You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover.
Oh, your dialogue's getting on me tits, though. And this uses 5.56, of which we have plenty. There we go.
Oh. Do I have to?
Yes. Okay.
I hope things are going.
She was headless for a brief moment. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll sell some stuff. Let's sell some stuff. Quite rich, then, that she's all condescending about you Wastelanders. Yeah, like, what the fuck are they? Actually, to be fair, so maybe, for those who don't know, the people of Big Town are the grown-up people from this colony exclusively of children in the caves of Little Lamplight, and they see themselves as, well, not Wastelanders anyway. Everybody on the outside is a threat to them. So it makes sense they would see, you know, anyone else outside their little clique as an other.
Well,
Here you go, Walter. What are we doing now? Like I said, I didn't really have a plan for tonight so much as just let's get some side quests done.
And not play Tomb Raider.
And not play Tomb Raider. Where the hell do fresh children from Little Lamplight come from? You know what, DeHans? I have asked this question about myself so many times. Once again, it's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Bethesda wanting to have these stories, wanting to play with the post-apocalypse, but not actually making it make sense. You know?
Okay, so the only way this works is people go to Big Town, and then people that travel into Big Town, they have kids with them, and then for some dumb fucking reason they put them in a cave because it's how all they know how to do. It's nonsense. It's actual fucking cack.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless... So I don't see it making sense that the people living in Big Town who are now grown-up adults, they start having kids of their own, realizing full well that Little Lamplight was dumb, and being like, what a bunch of little idiots, you know, you grow up there and then you get kicked out into the wasteland. And then they decide to send their own kids there? As, like, little toddlers to grow up in the cave? I guess that could happen, but I just don't see it. The other option is that Little Lamplight is actually not that old. They are descended from, like, kids on a field trip when the bombs fell, but maybe up until a generation ago, it was a normal-ish society with, you know, adults and kids and stuff. And then...
It's just evolved over time.
Only recently have the rules changed. But of course, kids, you know, to a kid, your summer holidays feels like, you know, a century long. So to the kids in Little Lamplight who are like, it's always been this way. Nah, it's been like 12 years or something. I don't know, maybe. It doesn't make any sense.
I've never thought about how fucking nonsense Little Lamplight actually is. Mm-hmm.
We'll get there when we get there as well. We could talk about it more, but...
Harnessing the technology of the past and modifying it for your own purposes? That's just the thing. Tell me all about how it worked out.
After reprogramming, the robots were off questionable... Oh, fuck, I hate the intelligence checks. I hacked the mainframe so the robots would be a challenge. Whatever. One of these.
So, they were dangerous until you got control of them. Definitely a good lesson in there about using old technology. Seems like a good thing to watch for when dealing with tech of any age. And it helps to pack a few pulse grenades, just in case. Here, have a few. Oh, and take my book on science.
Yeah, the lack of Tomb Raider is quite upsetting. What am I supposed to do with the bottle of lube and a box of tissues right now? Hello, DeHans. We got Moira right here. Are you blind? Are you stupid? Last part of the chapter is about researching local history, right?
Yes, Rivet Cities in particular.
Ooh, we haven't been there yet.
It's the most successful survivor settlement around. But no one here really knows how it started. Of course, that's why it's important to know how a place like that succeeded. So I need you to go there and do some researching.
Okay.
Oh, now I can't wait for what you find out down there.
I've been thinking about your experience. Can I ask you something personal?
Why, I'm flattered.
Oh.
What would you like to know?
I want to ask, like, are you insane? Why are you always working on such weird ideas?
Well, look around at the world we live in. It may be okay to you, but I've read about what it used to be like, and this wasn't it. So we all need something that keeps us going, despite all the terrible things around us. For me, it's things like this book.
I don't understand. Crazy experiments will keep you going?
No, it's like... did you ever try to put a broken piece of glass back together? Even if the pieces fit, you can't make it whole again the way it was. But if you're clever, you can still use the pieces to make other useful things. Maybe even something wonderful, like a mosaic. Well, the world broke just like the glass, and everyone's trying to put it back together like it was. But it'll never come together the same way.
That is strangely profound. I like how you get this little bit of dialogue from her only once you get to like the last stages of the book. So you're trying to make the world better than it was.
Hey, it sounds crazy when you say it that way, but that's what I'm aiming for. Yeah. The Wasteland Survival Guide isn't much toward that lofty goal, but it's an important one. And that's why I need your help. I don't think I can do it alone.
Okay.
Take it.
Oh. Well, on the bright side, her book continues to exist in Fallout 4. And it even makes it all the way to the Mojave Wasteland in New Vegas, so...
My friend, release your...
Hey, what can I get you?
Your head is clipping through the wall, and you have no money. You're worthless to me.
It's locked for a reason.
If this was a Tomb Raider stream, it would have ended 78 minutes ago. That's true. What time is it, actually? How long have we been going for?
Not even 2 hours.
Not even... Oh, well, we have time for, like, maybe one more side quest then, I guess. Possibly.
Possibly.
How's our carry weight?
Should we get a point lookout?
No. I don't know when to do that, to be honest. It's the one I haven't decided on when's a good time. But probably quite later, because it is a little bit hard, isn't it? Hard.
I'm about to get ready for bed and rest my old man bones before a long slumber. Got to get up at 5:30 for work. I'll see you next time. Enjoy rest of stream.
All right.
Well,
thanks
have a
for
good
stopping
night,
by.
dear.
Good night, dear.
Alright, dear.
I'm sorry, Stephen. The only thing that can get me off is the re-extinction of previously thought extinct species. That's fair. Alrighty. So we got options. You know what? I kind of want to get this off because we picked up a few quests in like the first 2 or 3 streams. And it'd be good to get them, you know, checked off before we start getting any further on. Forgot to mention, it was my first day of college today. Nice.
So I started thinking about something relating to this video game, actually. Just the whole thing. I was thinking when it comes to like, little lamplight and nonsense things like that, maybe Bethesda only really made this game because the IP was cheap to buy from Interplay. But then I looked, yeah, they had advertisements for this game in the actual like metro station place apparently. Where, what's it called? Excuse me 1 second. The Metro Center Station in Washington DC. Like they actually had adverts for this game there, so they clearly put a lot of stock into it. You know, they
well, that doesn't mean. See, you're kind of saying two things which are both right, but they're not mutually exclusive. I think they bought the license and it was cheap, maybe because they probably didn't care that much about the original games, and they more just liked the idea of, hey, big post-apocalyptic sandbox game that we can make like Oblivion, but sci-fi. Fallout is that IP. Let's just use that brand name and essentially make their own entire thing. Like there's not that much respect for the past, really.
I just.
But that doesn't mean
so fucking cheapened.
Interplay.
But it's just, how did they fucking drop the ball? So, like, Fallout 1 and 2 came out and they were talking about making a fucking film of it back then. Back then. And then they make Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel and just completely poo-poo the whole fucking thing.
Well, that is just another story, isn't it? That's just Interplay's horrible handling of the license. Oh, what are you doing now? You're just gonna keep shooting everything you see, aren't you?
I've got your back.
You're a little bit overzealous in protecting me, you know that?
Huh?
Yeah, I know what I said.
Whatever. I've got better things to do.
They rolled a 1 twice in a row. It has, like, it has to be just the real life equivalent of that. Like, they've just rolled a 1 and they've just pooed the bed 2 times in a fucking row because, like, Bethesda made 76 and basically came out the other end fine.
What are OC rounds? Oh, overcharged. Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, so like, yeah, it was cheap. They maybe don't particularly respect the license, even though they probably like would talk a lot about it. Like, oh yeah, we played the original games, we loved it, because of course they're going to say that. But that doesn't mean that they didn't care about this product. They obviously did. They put a lot of stock into it. It was one of their big major releases. They wanted it as another big tentpole release alongside their Elder Scrolls games.
Had to implement a few systems they didn't have in their games before, like, you know, like proper.
But maybe they underestimated just how much people cared about the originals. Or how much people would come to care about the originals, like myself. I'm not going to pretend like I was some massive Fallout fan before this game came out, because I wasn't. I never heard of it.
No, this is my first Fallout game.
But in retrospect, you go back and you play those other games. Also, Old Olney. You remember this place, Oda, don't you?
Well, Sam, that was a fate that really awaited all the late 90s, early 2000s games. The mid-2000s were a hell of a time for games, and frankly, Fallout 3 came out relatively shortly after. Compared to how long these fucking games take now. Yeah, that is a good point, but... like...
Don't know why my Gauss rifle was just going through them like 2 or 3 times, and I can't be fucked fighting them now. Right, so if you guys remember, in stream like 2? 1 or 2, we found an old lady living in the middle of nowhere, and she was a musician, and she trades her music for supplies, but her old violin is busted. And she's located where she thinks a genuine pre-war one is located, in an old vault. So we're going to have a quick little look in here. Shouldn't take too long. Professor Malleus audio log.
So far, the experiment is going exactly as planned. We're subjecting the residents to extremely low-frequency white noise and regular intervals through the loudspeaker system. Using the soundproof recording studios and the musicians was an inspired idea.
That's the end of that.
Kudos to the Vault-Tec Selection Committee on their shrewdness.
Is that modded? Because that voice was like not a normal voice actor.
Oh, was the dialogue over?
Oh, yeah, you can't hear it, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was wanting to read comments, but I didn't want to like talk over you. First Fallout experience I ever had was watching a mate play it on the 360. I remember it vividly. Dogmeat's head flying through the air.
Well, that was Old Olney. Yeah.
Brockman wanted to make Fallout modern, make it their own. The problem with that, Brockman, is, as the Hans literally points out, Brotherhood of Steel came out only 4 years before 3. Like, there wasn't much to really modernise, because the games weren't really that old.
I think wanting to make it their own is very true, though. That has always been the impression I got. Bethesda wanted it to be theirs and throw away a lot of stuff that came before, you know. Even down to, like, armor designs. Yes, T-51B armor is technically in this game, but it's an Easter egg, isn't it? The classic Fallout armor that is on the box art of the original game. That is, like, the icon of the Brotherhood of Steel. Bethesda go, nah, we don't want that. We can make it better. And they make this. This armor here. And they put the T-51 in only as a little Easter egg. Very, very well hidden kind of loot that you can find at the end of one quest line.
But the amount of actual fucking hoops you've got to go to figure out first time round, it's like, oh, you've got to go to this area to have all these items, and oh look, somehow it's at the end of it.
The Enclave. They were destroyed in the end of Fallout 2. We like that idea. Let's bring them back, and also we're going to completely redesign every aspect of them, basically. Not to mention, they kind of ripped off the Fallout Tactics Midwest power armor. Whoopsie, there was a gas leak and I had a flaming sword. Honestly, I'm surprised they actually programmed it so that the shish kebab, the shish kebab does trigger gas. Who made the Brotherhood? Or who made Brotherhood, the game? That was an Interplay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it was a different team from the original 2 games.
I don't think it was a coincidence that they set their game on the opposite side of the country.
Absolutely.
No, it is very much not.
They wanted it to be completely removed and different, but they also wanted to keep all the parts they liked. Hence why the Brotherhood is here for some reason, and Super Mutants are here for some reason, and the Enclave is here for some reason.
It's weird to me that, like, Todd was so insistent that, like, one of the next places he wants to cover for a Fallout game is San Francisco. Which implies that...
Insistent, or just kind of, please don't nuke it, in case we want to use it? Because that's what I heard.
Either way, it's like, there's clearly parts of his games that he does like, you know, or whatever team around him he has likes.
I'm a little terrified if they set any game on the West Coast, honestly.
I don't think it would have the John nuance.
10% boost to accuracy and damage when using heavy weapons. We do need them damage boosts for the flamer. You know what? It's part of the build that I'm going for. We'll take it.
Blame it on the Institute and move on.
Blame it on the Institute. Oh my god, there never was a second Enclave. There never was an expedition of Brotherhoods to the East Coast. They're all synths.
Everyone is a synth.
Everything is synths. It makes
That
perfect
nuka-cola
sense.
is a synth. It's made out of synth gorilla.
Oh lordy lord.
Where?
Thanks, Vats, for your 2-second delay in opening. Become goo.
To be fair to Hans, I know quite a few people who like Dark Alliance 1 and 2. Like, I know they're not really proper RPGs, but, you know, I hear people are quite fond about those games. I can't say people are fond about Brotherhood.
Talking about the voice acting that you couldn't hear there, Lily accurately says, it sounds very, I'm 17 and trying to sound like a 30-year-old man. You know, the thing, the meme.
I'm
an old black man.
Yeah, can't
you tell by my accent and tone of voice I'm on Audacity?
Yes, heard of Audacity? Yeah, it's that. That mod was fucking awful.
Zoe Hammerstein's personal diary. Zoe's thoughts. So this is an old, somebody who got admitted into this vault. It's so wonderful to be surrounded by all this talent. Little old me, who can barely play this violin. Ooh, that's what we're here for. Sitting among some of the world's greatest musicians. I still can't believe my luck. Today was great too. Was able to record an entire symphony. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. More of Zoe's
Hayden
thoughts.
Christensen Symphony number 3.
I've been feeling a little sick lately. Kind of woozy after playing in the studio, usually. It gets so stuffy in that place, but I'm sure it's worth it. I know I'm getting better from watching my fellow violinist techniques. They don't seem to mind me giving some pointers. Tonight, a bunch of us girls from the string section are going to go down to the rec hall for a dance. And
only girls can play string section.
Something. Typo of Zoe's thoughts.
What more?
I'm not feeling very good. I can't concentrate. I went to Dr. Benison's office. But he just said it's stress and to take it easy for a will. I think all the time I'm spending in the sound studio is making me tired. I can barely type anymore. I'm shaking so much. Okay, I won't bother reading that one. I think you get the point. Unfortunately, the horribly voice-acted log at the very opening to the vault kind of already spoilt for us what's going on, which makes me question whether that was in the original game, or if that's modded, or if that's cut content. Because I do know TTW added cut content, so it might be that.
Did it sound very, a man sits in an office in Bethesda's studio or whatever, and just sort of goes, oh my man, this is really bad.
For trying to make the Fallout IP their own thing, they added very little original stuff into it. They kind of just deproved a lot of things. As in, the opposite of improved. Almost just to make them legally distinct. Yeah, no, that is very, very true in this game. I'll say at the very least, even though I don't really care for much of it, they did add some new stuff in 4, like the Institute, and the Minutemen, and crap like that. You know, they tried to create factions to rival, you know, what New Vegas did. They failed, but they tried, and I can respect that at least.
That's why I honestly think the best parts of this game are the DLC, because I honestly think the DLC for this game is more enticing than the main story a lot of the time.
Yeah. And what I will say about the Institute, I say I don't like them, but I don't like them in character as well as out. You know, they at least make sense. I don't find there's anything about them that is too eye-rolling. I just think they're, like, irredeemable and shit, and I happily nuke them every time I play. You know. I mean, do you have any particular thoughts on the Institute? Like, I don't feel they're, like, little lamplight, this doesn't even make sense level.
In spite of certain bad video game twists with who the leader is, I know this is a really weird compliment for a Bethesda game. I remember that, like, the voice acting of the leader of the Institute was pretty good. Like, he has a sort of a nice tone of voice, and the actual design of the Institute base is quite. I like how it's almost purposely distinct from everything else.
Yeah, they have their own aesthetic.
Yeah, and
much
I actually
needed.
Like the aesthetic of it. Again, I just feel like it needed much better execution.
It's just that the plot around... The biggest problem with the Institute for me is the fact that their actual goals are pathetically weak. They want a generator so that they can do their science and not worry about power. Wow. Like, they don't have any loftier goals than that, which I don't know if that's like a comment on the just complete blindness they have to the outside world, or if that really was the best that Bethesda writing could do, you know. And I lean more at being just bad writing. Why did that Mirelurk King do a lion's roar? Because he's a furry. Where am I going? I guess we need to unlock some doors, I suppose. Open recording studio, yeah. Mirelurk King T-posing around the corner. That's just as normal. Literally every classic RPG IP got their wacky adventure game spin-off.
Oh, I already read. Basically, I'll just...
Here it is. The violin.
That was him talking about like the Dark Alliance games for like Baldur's Gate in like the games for PS2, I believe, which are a little bit more Diablo-y in style compared to being like actual RPGs.
So yeah, a bit like Fallout Tactics in a way.
But like at least the Dark Alliance games are actually good. It's more just that Fallout tried to follow a similar trend and ended horribly. Yeah, more actiony, less substance.
My main issue with the Institute is that they completely play into the Brotherhood's narrative of science run amok by being careless idiots with dangerous technologies.
They quite literally unleash all kinds of horrors on the surface world for science.
Yeah, and it's that there is no upside to the Institute. They have nothing to offer the world. For all of their science and all of their crimes against humanity, it's not even like they have a greater good they're working towards. It's just because we can.
I think, do you know what, and I'm not going to go on about this too much more, but I think this comes down to the bigger problem that Bethesda seems only capable of writing dumb evil as an option. They're
not nuanced evil.
Writing nuanced evil or evil with reasoning. They only very much... They either enjoy or are just incapable of writing anything that isn't just dumb evil. Which is why when people actively go, I only make bad karma characters in this game, I just don't fucking get it. Because it's like, it's just dumb decisions.
Damn it, got nothing. Oh, we've not been to the Overseer's office yet, have we? I was going to just leave the vault, but there might be something worth here. We shall see.
Could have rested at a previous bonfire, so you could just homeward bone.
Anybody home? Ooh, recon armor. It's fine. Don't need it. Don't need it.
You can dress up as Condom Man.
I could dress her up as Condom Lass. Maybe?
Get the hat, get the hat, get the hat.
Get the hat, get the hat. Where was it again? Here you go.
You're always welcome to take whatever you want, lover.
There you go. You look daft. Let's go.
You look like a condom.
No, not femdom lass. Although maybe that too. It's as if the Mexican... Sorry, I think there's more to this. If the Institute had actually been responsible and had good intentions, they could have subverted the Brotherhood's narrative. Instead, they're literally what the Brotherhood rails against. It's as if the Mexican president literally organized cartel shipments across the US border. True. However, it could be a case of, like... Yes, there are actually bad... it's like Dragon Age. Or insert other fantasy which use the same tropes. Yes, there are bad mages. Yes, there are bad people with magic who probably shouldn't have this power because they use it to, like... make people into meat puppets. But does this mean that all magic users should be put into concentration camps? You know, that's the question. Yes, there are scientists in the Institute who are doing completely irredeemable shit. But does that mean that the Brotherhood have the right to just go full techno-fascist on the entire Wasteland? Initiate martial law and, like... basically do what they always do, which is... Shut up. I gave you the best goddamn gun you're ever going to get. You know what I mean? No, I don't disagree with what you're saying, though. It's still bad Bethesda writing, but... there is an argument to be made that you could see it the other way.
Yeah, I agree with this to Hans. Dragon Age isn't the ideal example when every mage leader had gone, I'm a blood mage the moment a Templar showed up. That
You
got
know what?
so annoying in Origins.
Fair point.
Anytime I started to see a fucking staff in someone's hand, it was making my head twitch. It was like, it's just going to be another cunt who screams and turns people into meat again, isn't it?
Where?
Further proving the fascies right.
To be honest, I've been playing Divinity: Original Sin again, and it's a very similar situation there. However, I've yet to find out that, oh no, actually it turns out me as a Source wielder, I'm going to bring about the end of the world. Although I'm pretty sure that is where it's going, so maybe the fascies are right once again.
You just got shot.
I did, and I care very little for it.
You took it like a champ. You're already taking shotgun shots like a pro.
I don't even want to be here. I'm just trying to find the way out. Just to be clear.
I mean, you're basically just going to end this with speaking to Violin Lady and saying, hello, Violin Lady, here's your violin.
Yeah. I mean, spoilers, I guess. Thanks. This is the third time I've entered the Vault 92 section of Vault 92. This has to be the way out.
Where?
It is, I'm sure of it. This way.
Okay, it looks pretty Vault door to me.
Yeah.
There we go.
You can see the doors I've already been through. Hang on.
Don't you see a sparkly generator? That's a very good sign.
The first Horizon game had a good storyline that oozes mystery, and the more you learned, more questions. Oda hasn't finished Horizon Zero Dawn, so no spoilers. I'm not sure why that's getting brought up at all, but true. The first game's main story is excellent, I find. Only more so on your first playthrough, I guess. If you already know what the deal is, kind of a lot of the mystery is already gone. But
I'm bored.
Shut the fuck up, condom lady.
I'm bored. Time for you to die.
I think we should just replace her with a condom ghoul instead.
Oh, we will eventually. We'll get Sharon eventually. I do plan on kind of cycling through every companion if I can. It's the whole point of this, like, maximalist playthrough, isn't it?
What?
Oh dear,
Really?
who's this nice lady you've brought with you?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Seems like you've been gone forever.
I was gone a while.
Please tell me you have good news.
Well, I was abducted by aliens. I committed a little bit of xenocide. I went back in time to the Chinese invasion of Alaska. I enslaved 2 people. Anyway, also here's your violin.
Oh, my goodness. I must see it, please.
Okay. Settle down there.
It's more
Yummy
beautiful
cummies.
than I
I
could
love
have
it in
ever
my tummy.
imagined. I can't thank you enough. I wish I had something to give you.
Oh my, I must see it,
please. All I can give you is the frequency to my radio set. Tune in whenever you feel like listening to the strains of an old
I
woman's
made this
violin.
needlessly disgusting. Alright. Good job.
I need to see it, dear.
Alright, dear. What is SSBW? It's Lily's Super Smash Bros. Wrestling stream, and it has been moved to 3 PM Wednesday. That's okay. I don't usually work Wednesdays, so I should still be able to see it. Cool.
Alright, dear.
Anyway, I think we're going to stop there. We're just a little over 2 hours, right? And we've done a few quests, so I'm happy.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Share with your like and subscribe. Share, 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 share.
We were down to the very last stage of Wasteland Survival, and we'll probably do that later. We found Tenpenny Tower. We got a companion. We saved Big Town. We got Agatha's violin. I'd say that's a fine day of Dark Souls and Scholar of the First Sin edition. What did you say? Excellent stream, guys. Well, thank you, Brockman. That's high praise.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's amazing. Right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Sam. Thanks for making the stream tolerable to these ingrates.
Exquisite stuff. I detect a little bit of Frogmorton there. Is that what I'm hearing?
Want to touch your frog, Martin?
A little bit of Frogmorton. First I have to see him in that game, then I see him in Fallout 2. I can't get away from him.
Yeah, Zero Dawn is not a game for multiple playthroughs. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I have played through like twice, but it's never quite the same on repeats. When Sam's next... Wow, you're really rubbing it in, aren't you? you know what? Just fucking say you like Sam more already. It's just... it's blatant at this point. When's your next stream, Sam? Whenever you feel like it.
Basically, yeah, I've not, like,
God damn it.
It's usually Thursdays and Saturdays, obviously, but I don't know what the fucking next game is. I don't want it to be Spyro because I know what's going to happen. People inevitably get upset that I'm not collectathon it. So I need to think of something else, and it ain't going to be... let's check the Steam library very quickly. It's not going to be... Scroll to the bottom. Vanquish. A game by... the 2B people. There we go. I'm not playing that.
The 2B people?
The robot with the arse.
Oh, so you were meaning that 2B. Okay, I wondered if it was... Didn't know if I was making a reference. The robot with the arse. Vanquish is amazing, apparently.
There's too many cutscenes in it.
The same people who made Metal Gear Rising. We like Sam more. He doesn't beat us when we drop the beans. Okay. Anyway. Bye. You fuckers. Have a good night.